So I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking, another not art video? Are you kidding me? You're supposed to be like an art-centric channel. Like, what are you doing? Not showing us artwork. The last week, well, I'll be honest, the last 3 weeks or so have been really tough, but this last week has been really annoying. And I haven't been able to get to my studio at all in almost a week. Last time I was able to get there was on Thursday, and it's Tuesday now. When I'm filming this. So in 2 more days, it would be a week that my car has been in the shop to get fixed because the solenoid valve broke. And that has something to do with the emissions part of your car. So it needs to be changed because then the emissions aren't running properly and it's a whole thing. So I haven't been able to get to my studio in about a week. And I haven't been able to film any art thing because of that reason. I've been trying to do artwork stuff here. I've tried to, but like I mentioned before, the last 3 weeks have been really hard and I've just felt so defeated when it came to making artwork that I really haven't been working. I really haven't been doing much of anything, to be honest. So I thought I would just come on and apologize that this week's not very fun. I guess I can tell you about why my car has taken a week to get fixed. I cleaned Colton's tank yesterday, and he's still kind of figuring it out. I moved some stuff around, and he's kind of pissed about it. He'll get over it / not remember what it used to look like, and then he'll be fine. Anyway, so what had happened was my check engine light went on, and I went to O'Reilly's auto parts store and have them, plug in the computer through the OBS port to see why the computer in the car was giving off this check engine light, and we figured out that it was either the gas cap not being put on correctly or the solenoid valve. And we checked the gas cap and it was fine. I hadn't recently filled up the car, so there was no reason for it to have been open anyway, so we were pretty sure that it was the valve. And I got my car certified pre-owned back in 2018, I think. Yeah, I think 2018. But it's a 2016 Hyundai Accent hatchback. Triathlon gray. Weird name. For some reason I remember the name of what the car is colored, but I can't remember like what I did this morning. Anyway, but so we took it into the dealership because the guy on the phone said, oh, since it's certified pre-owned, there's a possibility that the warranty is still good. So we took it to the dealership to have it fixed. And the guy on the phone weirdly said, well, come drop it off after hours. Like, come by after 5:30 p.m. and then just drop your keys and the information into our drop box and we'll look at it in the morning. And that was kind of like a red flag. So it was like, well, why can't I drop it off now? Why do I have to wait 6 hours to drop it off? Like, that's really strange. But I did it. And when my sister and I got there weren't any envelopes to drop the keys off in, but there were still people in the shop. So we went inside and we talked to somebody and they took the information down and they got the spare key. And they walked back out and, they tagged the car with my last name and said it was fine. They'll get to it and it'll be good. I waited until Saturday before I started making like some really serious phone calls because I had heard nothing about what has been going on. I think I left like 5 voicemails altogether from Thursday to Saturday. So I've been calling, but I've heard nothing and I never got to anybody and I was always just sitting on voicemail. And then finally I called like this main direct line that I hadn't used because I didn't know who was on the other end. But I was like, you know what? At this point, I don't care who's on the other end. I need to talk to somebody about this because this is taking forever. And I know you're busy, but you could at least, call me and tell me that it's an estimated this amount of wait time, like you should. I feel like that's just a good business practice. Anyway, then I got a phone call back from this direct line who turned out to be like the assistant service manager for like all of the dealerships around the city, so like a really high up guy. And he said, I got your voicemail and it was so distressing that I needed to call you. He apologized profusely and said how embarrassing it was that this had happened. Apparently the guy that we dropped the keys off with and the paperwork with walked out on the job that same night. And he hadn't filled out the form, just had my last name and the keys, and he like dropped it in a drawer at a desk and then just left. And so nobody knew that my car was there. Nobody knew, well, the people who saw the car were like, whose car is this? There's no paperwork on it. And it was like, what? Basically, no information was written down, so nobody knew what was going on. And so they were not like doing it because they didn't even find the keys. That's how like buried this information was. And then my parents went by and they stopped by and they said, you know, our daughter's car has been here since Thursday. Where's the paperwork? And they dug around for it and they finally found it and the spare pair of keys that I gave in that drawer. And they're like, yeah, there's nothing on this. We have no idea, like, even what her first name is or like what the car's license plate is. That's how bad it was. But we got it all figured out and they gave me a call on, I think, Sunday or something. Am I getting this right? Was it 2 weeks? Is this week 2 of this problem going on? See, my brain is so foggy that I don't even remember when it happened, and I probably wrote it down in my journal, but I probably didn't. I don't know. Whatever. The point of it was that they figured out what it was, they gave me a call and said it would take 3 to 5 business days, and they would install it, and then they would let me know, pick it up. And now it's Tuesday, and my car is still in the shop. You know, I don't... Give me a second here. You know, I could have been good and I could have written it down. So let's just see if that was the case. Because now I'm thinking it had been there for 2 weeks. Because I'm getting all these dates mixed up. Maybe I wrote it down. Okay, so this problem happened on March 21st. So today is April 5th. Let's look at some dates. Okay, yeah, so this coming Thursday is actually 2 weeks of my car being in the shop. Not 1 week, but 2. So that makes sense because of all the calls and then my parents visiting and then them telling me about the part. Because I remember they told me on a Friday, but that couldn't be possible if they talked to me on a Saturday. So I got it all confused. All those things did happen on the days that I said happened, but I just got confused that it was actually 2 weeks, that it took not just 1 week. So this has now been a 2-week problem. So I haven't been to my studio in about 2 weeks, and that really makes me sad now that I think about it. So on the 7th, it'll be 2 weeks. And that's pretty ridiculous, if you ask me. When that guy called back and said, you know, this is what's wrong, and this will be the time that the part is given, you know, we're so sorry this happened, this is very unprofessional, this would have never happened unless da 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 da. And usually in those situations I'd be, oh, no worries, it's fine, it's okay, you know, trying to like de-escalate the situation. And I realized that doing that was kind of like I'm taking on the blame of what happened by saying it's fine when it's not fine. It's not fine that my car has been sitting around in a lot for 2 weeks. It's not fine, like at all. I shouldn't try to apologize for something I didn't do. So instead of saying, oh no, it's fine, you guys, I understand you guys are super busy and sometimes these things happen. Instead of saying something like that, I just said, you know, I'm very glad for your phone call and I'm very glad to know what's going on, because I was very confused for a while there. And I'd never done something like that before, and it felt really, really good. Kind of gave me courage to do that again in the future if something like this happens. And you know, the icing on the cake, my warranty had worn out. It was not, the warranty was over despite the pre-certified or certified pre-owned thing. So I have to pay full out of pocket. I really hope that they give me a discount for ignoring my car for 2 weeks, because that's been a huge inconvenience, so you can imagine. And I haven't been able to do my work. I have some drawings here, but I haven't been able to like work. And I haven't been able to catch a ride with anybody at the house because one of my family members is sick. And so everyone's kind of needed here. And my sister works, so she's at work when I need to go to the studio. So it's just been a lot. And that's why I don't have an art video this week, and I'm really sorry about it. I was waiting till the last minute to make this video, but I have a feeling that I'm not gonna get my car back until like at least Friday. I just feel it, and it sucks, and I'm really annoyed and angry about it. I've never written a review, but I'm tempted to. Just because it was so upsetting. I don't know. I'm a bit too lazy, and like, I don't care. Right now I'm suffering with a lot of apathy due to one of my medications, and I find that I just don't care a lot about things. So I should care more about this taking 2 weeks, but like I don't. And I should care that I haven't been able to like make artwork for 2 weeks, but I don't. It's kind of bad. What is on the floor here that's making it so weird? Hello? What are you? Oh, you're a goat head. Great. I'm glad I didn't actually step on that. That would have hurt like hell. So yeah, this week's not an art video. This week's not a fun video. This week's not any type of video. It's just kind of like an excuse, and I'm sorry. But I wanted to at least get something up for y'all. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Alright, bye.